Just one minute, hang on. Actually, just one before we start, hang on.
Oh, well, go ahead. I'll start it off.
I'm gonna take a shot. Okay, alright. I'm just here with it. No, I'm good.
And launching. Alright. 5,
Alright.
4, 3, 2, 1. And what is up, guys? This is Green Warrior 291. Hopefully the stream does start here. If not, oh well. But hey, this is Green Warrior 291, showing off some cool gameplay of this fine-ass game that there's a ton of praise. But we're not here to talk about this game. As stated in the description itself, we're talking about the Bad Batch. We're just using this God dang it. So a lot of the thing is on the review. I felt that we didn't discuss a lot of stuff we could have, because obviously that would hijack the entire review, and it was already that editing is not gonna be that wasn't fun. So let's put it this way. And plus with the time, 3 episodes in 1. I'm still gonna criticize that. Who the hell decided that as a...
No, there is no need to criticize on how good that they... That is not... It shouldn't happen, honestly, on stuff like this. I want more stuff like that to happen. So...
How do you review when it's 3 of them at one go?
It's a have the time and will to.
Yeah, we did. But... Well, actually, we did a few days after the fact, but not the point. The point is, we're gonna talk about. Yeah, we're gonna talk about. Oh, dang it! We're gonna talk about Bad Batch. My first thing I want to go is who's surviving, who's gonna live, who's gonna die, because will Tech make an appearance?
Yes. That's a yes. I'm still going on about that. I still think that secret Imperial assassin that we now have in Season 3 is freaking Tech. There is no doubt in my mind. I think it is. I don't care if I'm still in delusional.
Hey, one must feel that maybe there's a chance. As you like to point out, if there's no body, then there's no evidence that he's dead.
That's always been a Star Wars thing, and if they decide to change that, then freaking Dave, I can't say names now, but I'm gonna throw it. It's mainly on Jean Corbett, honestly, because she's really the writer of all of Bad Batch, so it's gonna go all on her if she does not bring him back at least one last time.
Probably in a flashback. I mean, let's be real, let's clarify. We don't mean flashbacks or illusions. He has to physically be back. And no, clone of him does not count either. That's redundant. But, okay, likelihood of that, I mean, with the 3 episodes, how many episodes are in this season anyway?
15 now. So it used to be 16 in each season, but now this last season, they only decided to do 15, which I'm so upset about for some reason, because I feel like they could have ended stronger, at least a little 16 again. But because of guests, that the Lucasfilm Animation is now closed down for good, so that's unfortunate. That means we'll never see clones again in that style, and we're gonna have to rely on everything on real life, live action now, which it's not too bad, but I just think they still could have maybe done a little something still. I mean, I know we still have. Well, I don't even know if they're gonna still tell the Jedi, but that's another subject though. But it's just unfortunate that we're no longer able to see these clones anymore, and it's just what brought the community, honestly, at this point. I know it brought me for sure, because without Bad Batch, I'm basically nothing.
Basically, it's the only tie to Star Wars you have.
Yeah, it really is. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still love the Star Wars in general, but Bad Batch is like my honestly. It's my priority.
Yeah, what are you gonna do when it's done?
I'm gonna keep on. I guess I'll have to just rewatch all 3 seasons whenever I just feel like out of it.
Nah, you gotta rewatch the original Clone Wars. And by that I don't mean the 2008. I mean like the OG 2D. 'Cause my God, was that precious. But okay, Bad Batch things. First of all, I wanted to talk about Asajj Ventress because you brought that up. You want to know what's a fun fact? She should be dead, and I really do mean it. She has a storyline that with Clone Wars would cut it out because Disney are a bunch of idiots. Her storyline was her and one of the Jedi, Quinlan Voss, yes, had an affair of some sort. They were working together to kill Dooku. That failed, and yeah, she died in that point where she sacrificed herself for him, and she died a hero, or I guess redeemed, if you want to put it into the correct terms.
I guess yes, and this is based off from also from the dark. This is based from the Dark Disciple book, of course. I mean, I know I'm still like reading into that, or I just got it, so like I'm barely reading into it. But I still know a general. Shush. Anyways,
No, not that. I got sniped by 2 of them. What the hell? But okay, never mind. Never mind gameplay. Never mind gameplay wise. One thing I do want to make a note is that yeah, Dark Disciples was supposed to be Clone Wars episodes, but going on a tangent on well, Disney's not really gonna help on this situation because it's ironic because I don't think Bad Batch were going to be like their own show if Lucasfilm still had them.
yeah, honestly, I mean, yeah, that's basically it. Really.
Or we do not know, but back to Bad Batch stuff. Yeah, so Asajj Ventress being back into the fold leaves a lot of questions, especially when the creators are saying, hey, all the stuff from the book is still canon. So it's like, okay, how is she back? Is she a clone?
There is one theory on that. That's like, I mean, okay, I just saw this theory. I mean, I just saw it. It was on TikTok, believe it or not. But yes, because it's relating to something that's going on right now with Hemlock's next project, Project Necromancer, which we don't know ideally why it's going to be, or we don't know. We can only assume it looks like another cloning experiment, honestly, at this point, mainly because of the M count, and knowing the M count, it is only known for Jedis, and because this is also referring back to the Mandalorian when Grogu was even being cleared or was counted for his M count.
I thought you were gonna say. I mean, M count is just the short term for midichlorians. By the way.
Exactly. Exactly. If you don't know, and that is known for Jedi Force users. The only Jedi Force user that we know of in Bad Batch in this season is Asajj. So in a way, it could possibly be like it could be her. It's probably a clone of her. Maybe so, maybe not. We don't know. But that's the theory that so far it's what's going on right now, and I kind of actually support that theory.
It is a very possible theory. I mean, Asajj Ventress coming into play is already questionable, because what is her role? Is she a one-off villain? Is she possibly the Hemlock's different approach of just sending someone who can use the Force?
I still like that. But then, you know what? It also caught my interest, or it caught something, because we can't have Asajj Ventress if we don't have a wolf. Because everything started with those two.
How did it start with that? Hold on, I need clarification. How did it start with him?
Because she's the one that gave him the scar in the comics. Basically, they have a feud. I mean, can't say they have a feud against each other, but like, it's one on another. Basically, it's like you can't have one without the other. So like, I just feel like it's not. I can't say it's like it's not common to see that, but like, it's something that you realize that hey, if something happens if there's one character involved, then there's another character that has to be involved with that particular character. And I don't know why it didn't catch my attention until realizing, looking back at the trailer again, like the first trailer, that of course we saw Wolf with Scourge. My apologies. And what is it? With them, I feel like maybe them two are gonna have another fight. And this is also back into the Clone Wars when freaking Ahsoka and Ventress were together. And what is it? And Wolf was there to was trying to take Ahsoka back.
That actually brings a funny question. Will Ahsoka make an appearance in the Bad Batch?
No. Stop. You say that makes it sound like you that Darth Vader should be an appearance.
Look, I'm just saying in the sense of this. Ahsoka's been in every project Dave Filoni has pumped out. In some form, she always appears. And, I mean, that is a criticism I have against him, because it's like, okay, Dave, I get it. You love Ahsoka, but for the love of God, for one project...
No, here's another. Okay, he loves Ahsoka, and he loves wolves. That's why he made the wolf pack. Sorry, that's something I had to throw out already. That's two things he likes, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that is true, but I still... I mean, as I said, it's like... He needs to cool it a bit.
I just feel like in this particular one, I don't think Ahsoka's gonna be in this. I feel like just not. I feel like...
So what if I'm... How about for a cameo?
A cameo, I probably wouldn't be too... I wouldn't mind it, but I guess I'll be like, okay, I guess. It's... Like, maybe a name mention or something like that is fine, honestly, but... I don't know. I personally don't think she's gonna show up on this. I really don't, and... By God, if she does, then I guess I take my words back.
Look, if she doesn't, I'm not gonna be, like, disappointed or something. It's just... I might be a little surprised.
Exactly, but nah, I'm not focused. I guess I'm not focused on that. I'm just focusing on everything else that's going on. Especially, I'm gonna throw this right now. I might as well just throw this right now because we got another promo trailer just came out today, and this one is. I mean, it's still repeating a few scenes that we already seen from the 3 episodes, really. But there's, I guess you could say, 2 or 3 moments in that trailer that caught my attention. So the first thing, literally the intro, literally the beginning of this trailer, we have Hunter, and it looks really like Crosshair being together, and apparently at some snowy mountain or snowy planet that we don't know, but they apparently, I guess, a big creature's waking up. I was like, okay, great. So who knows? So Crosshair and Hunter are going to be back together again. How that feud is going to come together is going to be really interesting.
Okay, I want to make a point. I've seen a tweet by someone where they said that, what's the point of episode 2? Because it's filler. I'm like...
No, it's not filler. No, we're not having a discussion again.
No, what? I wasn't going to talk about that. I was going to talk about... God damn it. I was going to talk about... The thing about filler, I get the points that, I mean, it gets annoying and all. I've even argued about it. The problem is, this one does somewhat progress the plot, because it's not like they're just sitting around and doing stuff like, I don't know, randomly trying to help a random citizen that will probably not take part in anything more, because obviously this is the last season. No, we have the 2 actually actively doing stuff, which... To call it filler is a little annoying because I'd have to bring the Clone Wars into this. I have to bring the Clone Wars into this because the Clone Wars had a bunch of stories where a bunch of stuff is going on. So would you count some of the stuff that isn't part of the war filler? That'd be the question I'd throw. I mean, maybe right now I'm just rambling because I'm also doing this for your entertainment too. But I'm also being serious where it's like, you can't call it filler if the characters are actively going for the main objective of rescuing Omega, which is a genuine part of the story now. So how is that filler? But, you know, maybe I'm just the one out of touch now.
And then considering that considering that the episode 2 from the 3rd season really came back to season 1, and that infested episode, we have a returning character that for some people it's not important, but hey, that's why I hated when people, again, with the whole thing with the filler episodes. That's why, like, I never consider, okay, I never realized how much, like, people go on with filler episodes until I hear about it, and I'm like, I guess because I never considered any episode a filler, but again, you're right with the Clone Wars, because that was like, because they had their moments, because some episodes did.
I can tell you this, I know for sure people did not really like the R2-D2 stuff, you know, the little R2D2 squad.
Yeah.
They would probably say it's filler up until they see Gregor of all characters, and Gregor comes back in
Exactly.
Rebels, which I mean, you could say that most of the stuff they did is filler that is not related to Gregor, but it's like, yeah, but to get there, this is how they did it. So would you consider that filler then, if that's the context of how they even got to that point? So yeah, the filler is a very iffy thing. I mean, the reason it's even debated is thanks to Naruto and their absurdity with filler, because almost an entire season is just pure filler, if I'm not mistaken. Or it has a bunch of episodes that are fillers. That's all we'll go with that. But yeah, I
Yeah.
understand what the whole point of fillers. Like, you want to go to the main meat and greet of the story. I know they wanted. If it did episode 1 and then 3 and then 2, then yeah, I might say what's the point of 2 if it was episode 3, since, you know, we saw how Omega escaped. If we, that's the thing. If it was like that, then yeah, I might give it that, yeah, it's filler. But because it wasn't, it's not. Moving on from that argument.
Oh yes, but hang on, I just gotta get to the point, or I just want to, and I want to hear your opinion too. Honestly, how do you think Hunter and Crosshair's reunion is gonna be like? Because
Obviously,
like I
this
said,
is
it's gonna
before watching the episode, because it's. I mean, look what time it's streaming this damn thing. Personally, I think it's a lot harder because if you recall from the end, near the end of season 1, where they're still trying to, they think he's under mind control.
exactly.
So learning that he's not under mind control might actually be, might actually affect the relationship. Since the
And
whole
honestly,
thing is that if he said that, yeah, I was still under mind control, and like if they knew he was still under mind control, then maybe they might be slightly on guard, but they might want to welcome him back to the group. But because he said that, it almost feels like, yeah, they might be hesitant to wanna actually befriend him. Not to mention, okay,
okay, yeah.
here's one thing. If they blame him for Tech's death, then I might call BS, because what's
Okay, but then
that's
again,
not a
and then
correlation.
there's the brought exactly, and then there's the brought up again because those Crosshair know about Tech's death. I don't think he does, honestly. And what is
He
it?
might just
And
blame Hunter for that, if I'm being honest.
he might, and he honestly might, and then that's the thing, because in season 2 with Hunter, even though they all heard Crosshair's recording about Plan 88, and Hunter was still in defense about whether or not Crosshair should still be trusting, and like it's understandable for on his sake, and then because of course Wrecker always wanted him back though. I think it's the whole group still wanted him back regardless after hearing that recording, but then once Omega became the big issue, then everyone the mindset's been turned around. So at this point, we don't know as of how they're gonna reunite, but the idea of them like seeing each other again, it's gonna be probably like it's gonna take a little time to like settle it in that they're seeing each other face to face again, because it has been a while since they have seen each other. Ever since on what was it? Oh well, no, I can't say ever. No, it's been ever since on the attack on the destruction of Camino, honestly. So it's gonna be really hard. It's gonna take a moment for them to like accept for what they become on each other, and then they're probably gonna see what happened. They're gonna find Omega, regardless, or because well, no, Crosshair has her. So I don't know. I'm thinking like, how is it gonna go? Because I feel like somehow I don't know if Omega will still be around or not. I'm just focused more on the brotherhood and what's gonna happen.
Here's the thing where people are gonna complain. Why was Omega brought back so early? I can see that complaint already. And here's my thing. Do we really want to wait the entire season for them to rescue her? I feel like there's more plots that they can go with, because, I mean, I still believe that Hemlock's little hidden base is the final stand, because I feel like they're going to realize more clones are trapped there, and that's going to bring them in. Because how else are they going to get there? Like, people can probably complain about anything. Probably gonna complain, well, this is taking too long. Why aren't they finding this place? It's like, you do realize this place is like super hidden. It's not like they're...
Exactly. It's super hidden. You gotta. Okay, yes, you have to blame Saw for the fact that his what is it? Freaking bombation literally destroyed the puck that was on Hemlock's ship. That the Bad Batch tried to put on that already put on already. So like, yeah, they literally have no way of finding this little Tantus. They have no way of finding Tantus at all.
Yeah, that was basically their best bet of finding it, and then Saul had to do his shenanigans, which completely caused the entire, well, the group to go all downhill from there.
Stop. Sorry, I hated the way that you said that.
I mean, it's true. It's his fault that Tech died.
It is though. It is though. I thought you were gonna say another word that was inflicting on him. Okay.
Look, Saul is a... Okay, Saul's part of the Bad Batch. I can complain about Saul. So, Saul is a terrible character in the sense that he's the extremist version of the Rebels, which is what they don't want to really be represented by. Which is why by Rebels, unironically, everyone doesn't like him. Like, it shows just how bad he would have been as a leader, and why he wasn't chosen as the leader in the Clone Wars. Because he genuinely was not meant for that role, and for him to insert himself, for him to be in that role, I mean, he had to mature, and he didn't. So there's...
Okay, it was bad, and then I guess you have to put a little bit of the sense of what happened to his sister. A little bit of that. Just a little bit, not a lot, of course, but just a little bit. That was fun.
So we'll say this: it's all Saul's fault. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's his fault. So no defending him for anyone who wants to say. And plus, his thing was, let's kill the top of, I know what he was trying to do. Chop the head off of the leader of the snakes, and you kind of help. But it's like, you do realize that if your plan fails, all you're just doing is pissing them off, which doesn't help anyone.
No.
But okay, we can move on from Saul, because he's not worth it. So...
No, he's not. Okay, and then I gotta go through one more moment. I gotta go do one more thing on this trailer, because I can't say one more, because like I'm at a screenshot because I'm looking at this, because I have to remember this quote. Because Omega says a quote, but as I'm looking at the quote, I'm looking at the picture as Hunter is looking at a ship, and they are on Pabu right now. So that means somehow, I don't know how, and that's the one thing I want to know how, because it's known for, Pabu was known to be secluded away from the Empire. They have no dealings with them whatsoever. So the fact that this island is being found is from the Empire. Someone had to say either someone knows something, or I don't know. I just feel like someone has to know that area, and it has to be someone very specific. I just feel like it has to be someone very specific, because there is no way no one would know no one would know that island unless someone would bring it up.
Or Crosshair has some kind of tracker.
That could be that. Oh, I hate that you said that, because that could be true as well.
I wouldn't doubt that Hemlock would do something immoral like that.
No, I don't know. Honestly, like that's my main thing, and I know we're still early on this, but like it still bothers me that how does an island with no connections towards the Empire just happens to be found? That's what I want to know so bad, and I hate that we don't know nothing yet. But that's besides also that too. Omega says this quote, and it's starting to get to me. I need to know what I am. It scares me. That's What do you want to say about that?
I didn't know about that quote. Shit. All right, that changes a lot of what I'm thinking because it almost feels like Omega wants to learn. Look, her clone sister, or what? Well, yeah, that I think she's lying. I truly think she's lying. But if she's not, then there's two theories I can go about. Either she was the first experiment for the Jango Fett thing, but was somehow deemed a failure, I guess. Or second, she is the what's it called? The main one that basically has like the genetics and stuff. So she's the Jango Fett of what would be Omega being the Boba Fett. If you know what I mean.
I understand what you're saying, and I've always been more of your first one. I always thought that too. I always thought Emery was like probably like the first female effective one, and then it became Omega. I've always thought that. I still don't believe though that Emery is a freaking Django, but at this point anything can happen. Especially that we know about what's going on with Tony wise, where we're slowly understanding the process of Tony and all that. So I don't know. I just still don't believe that Emery is a Django. I really don't believe that.
She said that they were sisters.
This is going better than I expected.
I mean, it's a little bit interesting when you put it into the fact that she could just be an accelerated version of Omega. If we're going that these two are Jango Fett.
Basically, Jango would have 3 children by then. Which,
no, well,
okay,
think about it this way. Her name's Omega. Wouldn't it be interesting if this one was named Alpha? Because I don't know what they mention. I know. Wait, did they ever mention Boba Fett in the show?
yes, I did. In season 1, I did. Because Tech mentions Alpha, aka Boba Fett. I know that.
Yeah. Okay. So that can go to hell then. What I just said. Yeah, I don't know. I think she's lying. I think
This
she's.
is why I know Tech quotes very much. Yes.
Then I think she's lying. I think she's trying to manipulate Omega, which brings into the Omega versus Crosshair mentality of how Omega's too trusting and Crosshair is too distrusting, or that he needs to trust more. Which, I mean, I get where Omega's coming from, but it goes back to the annoyance that, if they hadn't or if she had allowed Crosshair to just knock her out, then they wouldn't have, like, discovered, like, them escaping until later on. But then again, here's the thing about that, too, that I think about. How would they escape? They would just get to the ship. The ship is not workable. So, what do they do from there? They'll probably get captured, because, I mean, how do you escape?
I don't know. From I can't say well guarded. Well guard is one way of saying it, but then it's the nature of outcomes itself too. I don't know why I feel bad for that squadron that was just left out, but at the same time I don't.
I feel bad because
like,
they were doing their job. It's just unfortunate weather kills you. Remember, kids, weather kills.
Yeah, especially Hemlock, especially.
Alright, but Hemlock's not the weather, though. He'd wish he'd be, but anyway, not the point.
Yeah. Great. Oh my god. It's so terrible.
The main course is that it's funny because
I'm leaving. The Force will be with you. Always.
What's her name? Starts with an N.
Namaste.
Yeah, Namaste.
Nala.
I think she's gonna die. Like there's no way she's surviving it after. they
That's
can't
very
kill her
sad.
outright because, unfortunately, the whole thing about cloning is her specialty, but she will be tortured. That is unfortunate.
That's gonna be sad to see, though. Honestly, I mean, it's gonna be really painful.
You know, I've never
But
hated her character. I mean, even I didn't hate her the other Kaminoan because I felt
Prime
like
Minister
yeah, the Prime
or
Minister
the
was doing his job, so I did not felt any kind of sadness or sympathy at.
remorse
I didn't
at
felt
most?
I didn't felt both sympathy or like happiness whenever like they suffered. It's like it's more just they're doing their job. And
Yeah, they.
I mean, Namaste is
Oh! Yeah, I'm just thinking about it now. They're just following orders.
okay.
Ah, that's so satisfying. Oh no!
But okay. Anyway, I think we're getting all over the place.
That's so sad to say like that.
They're just following orders. Yeah, unironically, that is kind of, I guess you could say, poetic in a sense.
Oh, I hurt myself. Okay.
The only real tragedy is that Namaste did, who knows how long? It probably was a month or so that Omega was captured, and she did everything to make sure they did not know about her Omega's M number because because that would have been way too bad for Omega because they would have experimented on her and all that. So Namaste really was protecting Omega and cares for her, which was always something noted. It's just seeing it is a lot more interesting.
And then, I feel like we have to go into the big topic, but I want to let you continue with your thoughts.
My thought is, if she's gonna die, at least Omega's gonna see it. So we're not gonna see the end of her until Omega's gonna see it at some point. And if she doesn't, then I mean, I don't know. I feel like that'd be wasted potential of just seeing someone Omega cares about. I think if anyone's gonna die in the mid-season, it would probably be Namaste, because that'll probably ignite Omega to want to go after Hemlock and finally put an end to his thing. Which, if he doesn't die, I'll genuinely be impressed, because how did you not die?
How did you not die? I mean, I don't know.
Let's be real, they
It's
tease that he's probably gonna die by the Emperor. You have failed. And then just dies.
It's gonna be, it will be satisfying, but I'll just be like, I don't know, cause like he gives me like such a two-faced kind of character.
Alternatively, it could just be Vader appearing. Well, that's actually funny I say that. That was way too perfect timing. I wasn't even paying attention to the game half the time. Damn it. Anyway, we could just have Vader. Let me see if I can find a rebel one to just be.
Oh my god.
Yeah, alright. Rebel, come here. You're my demonstration. Be like him trying to say something like, no, I can still fix this, and be like, Vader, nah. And just choke the shit out of him. Be like, nah, you're done. Best representation. Thank you, game. Thank you, Rebel Soldier, for your sacrifice. Anyway, not the point. Yeah, we could have Vader just completely end Hemlock. We know that Vader hates, like, well, basically everyone. So I wouldn't be doubt that Palpatine would send Vader just to end Hemlock. Be like, you're not even worth killing.
I hate. Oh, you know, true, because you know what he could have done. Rampart isn't much worth of killing, but he's just really.
No. That's not what happened with Rampart. What happened with Rampart is he was just collateral damage.
He was though.
And plus,
Oh my God.
by the way, I'm just gonna say this: Rampart was a pathetic villain. Hands down, was just the most annoying villain. Like most of the stuff, like him killing that clone was like, okay, what does this solve, moron?
And it still hurt me. I'm not gonna lie. I was starting to like that character. I was starting to like Wilco, and then freaking Rampart did that on him. I was like, oh,
Yeah, because he was trying to hide the fact that the Batch were still alive, because his report said, no, they're dead. And it's like, dude, you could just blame it on literally anyone else. Be like, this guy gave you the wrong well, actually, who gives a shit? Vader would be like, nope, you told me, you die. You die. Okay. Like,
oh my god.
But that's if the report's with Vader, which I mean, Vader, what does he give a shit about the Batch? He may, by this point, he's more or less cares about the Jedi, whoever survives. So.
Yeah, on the Jedi, and this is still going on with the Death Star. Well, okay, I still think, again, going back to season 2 with Krennic when Tarkin was asking about Project Stardust, I still think that has something to do with the Death Star, because with Krennic, he was the one that was helping with the Death Star with Vader. So
maybe
that's just my thing going on with it, and I don't. It could be. I'm not saying it is. It's a big theory. I know it's nothing, not too much to go off of, but I just think it's there. At this point, it's there right now. So
I can see it. I'll say that. I can see it. It's just, I think one of the biggest things that this season needs to do is end everything. End every single character arcs. Echo, he's probably the highest person who's gonna die.
oh my.
I said it last season. A fun fact, everyone. Last season, for the last 2 episodes, I predicted that if anyone was gonna die, it's either Echo, which was my first option, or Tech. They both had red flags by that point. So I'm like, if they kill Echo, I would be pissed because he was underutilized the entire time. Everything he did was underutilized. And I would have been so mad. But instead, I'm gonna change some maps. But instead, Tech died. Which I'm surprised Geek didn't kick my ass for.
I still was going to. At the same time, I was such in a deep depression and heartache that he had to say him, but he couldn't be more not wrong, only because he really was in the spotlight for season 2, because he didn't get enough of that in season 1. So at some point I was like, you know what, I couldn't almost blame him, but I was still so mad that he had to say it. I was too sad to even do anything, so he was only lucky that he didn't get beat up.
Hey, I didn't mean to predict it. It was
so
just
sad. I didn't even want to go outside. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to talk to anyone. It was just a few days of just sad realizing that my favorite character is quote unquote gone. I don't believe he's gone yet, but
look, if he biggest easiest fake out. He appears in the very last episode.
You say that.
Look, okay, if he doesn't, I probably get beat up for real.
I want to mention one thing too from the trailer. I'm sorry, I gotta say this right now. Let me say this one thing too. The Marauder gets blown up. And it hurts to say that. A ship, the iconic Omicron ship.
I needed a moment to think on what you said.
The Marauder, yes. Their ship.
Why the hell do they spoil stuff like that? Okay, let's go over that. They get blown up. Then that means that Hemlock's plan is in play. What's the episode name called, actually? Now that...
Next episode? Oh, no, not Different Approach. Hang on. I have the list right here. Hang on. We got a few. We got The Return, that's 5. Infiltration is 6. 7 is Extraction. 8 is Bad Territory. 9 is an interesting name. It's called the Harbinger. I don't know, but that's a big name to say. I don't know what for some reason. 10 is Identity Crisis, which that's gonna be the most. No, I feel like that's gonna be the episode. That's where Omega says, "I need to know what I am."
So there's some revelation that's gonna happen.
We have taken the rebels' flag. Those duplicitous rebels have taken our flag.
Okay. I need to know what I am. Boba Fett has to make an appearance. Like, I would genuinely feel like that is such a waste if they don't show him.
Baba's Juggernaut, which is okay, I guess. I feel like that's another full episode, but that's gonna be an episode. But then that's right. Hang on. Not only do we have the names, of course we don't have the names, but then there's gonna be one day where we're gonna have 2 episodes. No, there's gonna be 2 days where we're gonna have 2 episodes premiering. That's why. That's right. So it's not gonna be this one.
Wait, what are you talking about? Wait a minute.
Okay. I guess you never. I'm sorry. Sorry, he hasn't kept up with the schedules. It's okay. So on March 13th, episodes 6 and 7 are gonna release on that day. April 3rd, episodes 10 and 11 are gonna be released on that day. So basically, 2 days are gonna have 2 episodes.
Those duplicitous rebels have taken our
And then
flag.
final episode's gonna be final episode.
So there's only one episode for the last one.
There's only one episode for the last.
Dropped
Yes.
our flag.
It better be an hour long. It better mirror, like, be the inverse of episode 1.
A point
Oh, god
for the
damn it.
rebels.
I swear they don't do that. I might actually fight a little bit. But I'm like,
What's the last episode called?
The last episode's called "The Cavalry Has Arrived," and
Oh my god, what's the episode before it called?
that is one of Wrecker's quotes from season 7 of the Clone Wars, and I remember that. That was literally the introduction of the Bad Batch in season 7 of the Clone Wars. And that's what Wrecker says, and that's the final episode. That's the final title line. That makes me so sad, honestly.
The rebels
Well,
have dropped our
then it has to be Wrecker. You'll be the, cavalry.
No! You know what? It's gonna be sad to see, honestly.
momentarily lost
I mean,
the rebel
I can't say I don't have
We have
much
taken
just on
the
Wrecker, because in
rebel
reality,
flag.
I actually don't.
Those
I
duplicitous
get it.
rebels
He's
have
a big
taken our
brute
flag.
and a softie at the same time, but like, I don't talk about him mainly because I really don't have much to talk about. It's bad to say, because I'm just like, I don't want any affiliations with him at the same time. It's not bad though, but he may be a top one to go off first.
Boba Fett on the job.
Oh, that's gonna hit. No.
That's
Oh,
a point for the Empire.
Well, it could be this. Now I'm gonna go on with the list now, because I know he's gonna bring it up to me regardless, because we were gonna mention the top, or a list of who's gonna die.
Wait, what's the episode 4's name for the episode?
Which one?
The one that's coming up tomorrow. You didn't answer
Tomorrow's
that.
gonna be called. Oh, the tomorrow one is gonna be called A Different Approach.
Okay, it has to be Hemlock. It has to be Hemlock trying to capture, Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of interested on how that's gonna go. It's probably, you know what? I might actually change it. It might have to do with, Crosshair.
Could be that too. Honestly, Crosshair's taking the different approach to stepping out from his prison life to living or being with his sister, or yeah, his quote-unquote sister, which he doesn't. And you know what? I can't believe I didn't say this. And I was gonna mention this towards you too. But I'm pretty sure you know. No, I don't know. I'm gonna say it anyways. Yes. Episode 3, yesterday, or at Shadow Tattoos. Crosshair saying Omega's name has been the first time he's ever said her name. He's never said her name in this whole show until episode 3. He's always said kid. He's always called her kid. Never mentions her name until episode 3, when he said don't rescue me, or don't let me out.
That is a little suspicious. If you ask
says her
me,
name. It's so sad and happy.
That is a bit suspicious. I. How do I? Yeah, you're making me think, cause that is not normal.
It's not normal of him.
I mean, one would say an imposter, but I doubt
Stop.
it. I doubt
No.
it. So, interesting. That's an interesting point. I did not think of that.
Exactly. It's so happy, but so sad to see.
Second.
To realize at the same time at the end of the season, I'm like, and then realizing if he does sacrifice himself or something like that, he probably would say his name. Priya will probably say her name one last time. And that would be heartbreaking.
All right, we can go on the big thing. Who's dying?
Okay. From first to last, I feel like first is gonna have to be Echo. I don't know. I feel like he's had his story already. It was good to see him back. It was good to see him be with another group, and then realizing that even he still wants to be part of the fight, which the batch weren't doing at the in season 2. So that made him go back to Rex. I just feel like he needs to go down as a soldier as who he was once from the Clone Wars, and then somehow miraculously surviving on with Techno Union. I just feel like he needs to go down peacefully.
Peacefully? I doubt it'll be peaceful.
By peaceful, I just mean like he's had his life, and I hate to say that because like really no, because that didn't happen with the remaining other clones. That's why. Did it, but I just feel like he's gonna be the first one to go because of what he's doing.
Maybe.
But and I want to hear yours too at the same time. And okay, that's my first one. What's your first one?
My first one? That's kind of tricky because I need to think. I need to really calculate what I think for. Oh wait, damn it! I'm gonna reset. I was gonna do the separatist. For the first person who's the highest on my list to die is Hunter. And for the only reason.
Say that. You cannot say that.
Under the words of Leo, I just did. But let me elaborate. I think it's all coming down to the fact that Hunter is going to be the one to protect Omega in the end. If Omega survives, well, you know, everything, then it has to be through Hunter. That's my prediction though. That's because I think Hunter's gonna be the catalyst for how.
I was going off mainly on the list of from first dying meaning like from throughout the season or throughout the episodes we're gonna see who is the first one we're gonna see to die. I wasn't thinking of like who's most likely to die, which yes, Hunter is. And why that? Then yes, Hunter is going to be the first one to likely die.
Not the first one to likely die. If you're talking first, I mean, oh my god. I mean, I don't know who's the first one who's gonna die. That's very hard. That's like.
That's what I'm saying. I thought you took it like that.
No, that's not what I took it. I thought you meant like, okay, first one as in the first person to die. That's tricky. That might actually be a mix between either Echo. No. Yeah, I would have to agree then. Echo would probably have to be the first one to die. Like, first one to die. But I was thinking, like, who's the highest likely to die to the lowest likely to die?
Okay, we'll go off on that, just to make it easier. In your case, then yes, I will say Hunter. We'll go off on your list, okay? Technical difficulty solved, all good. Alright, continuing on the second person.
Second person, Second person would have to be Echo. He's already had a death flag on, ironically. Would it be better if he survived? Because honestly, he's already died once. But then again, characters have also already died. I mean, an example is Palpatine. Actually, no, you know what? If we're talking about strictly the batch, then yeah, Echo. If we're talking about every single other character, no, you know what? We'll just stick it to the batch only because.
Yeah, we'll just do a batch just to keep it simplified.
Yeah, Echo will probably be the second one to be the highest one to die, only because it just seems like he would die trying to save his brothers who were stuffed by Hemlock's designs. You? What about you?
In that case, then yes. In that case, yes. I also would agree that yes, Echo would be the second one. Honestly.
Third one might be a bit controversial, but I think
I
think Omega would be the third one.
I hate that you're kind of following up with my thoughts at the same time, because like.
Look, the tragedy would be that. Here's the thing: if she somehow survives it, I wouldn't be surprised. But if she died, then I might be intrigued. Oh my god.
I'm actually gonna change mine because you know what? I just thought about it. It would have to be Crosshair for me.
Crosshair is next on that though, because
Crosshair is my third one, and then Omega's my fourth one.
No,
my thing is that
here's why I think Omega's higher than Crosshair. Omega's thing's always been about protecting her brothers, because she is the oldest. So what would it be poetic for the oldest, well, oldest in terms of age, to protect her siblings? Despite everything they've done to protect her, she does everything she can to protect them. Plus, it prevents Hemlock from succeeding, and that's probably how he dies.
Okay, fine. I can understand your point of view.
And then, if we have Crosshair dying, it would be because he has the change of heart thing, which...
My thing is that for Crosshair, my thing for Crosshair to be on my third place is because I feel like maybe there will be a moment where he does see Omega taking a step, and then he says, "No, I'm not gonna," and then he's gonna have a really emotional break, or he's gonna make a realization that she's doing this for me. Why is she doing this? And so he's gonna make the stand and say, "No, I'm not gonna let you do this. So I'm gonna be the one to do it." Instead, I feel like he's gonna take that stand for her instead, and so that's why I think he's gonna be the third one to most likely die, for her to live. And I just want a happy ending, okay? I kind of want this third season to have a happy ending as much as I just think the brothers are gonna die first, and then I want her to. I hate that I want her to survive, but in a way, I want her to survive.
Whoa! Why do you hate that she would survive? Hold on. Now I gotta ask that question.
I don't hate that I want her to survive. I want her to survive. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, I see what you. I might have mixed it up a bit, but okay.
No,
I see your point.
Yes. It's gonna be a tricky. This is gonna be a tricky one to see, honestly. Either one, yes, she will sacrifice herself, and it'll be sad to see, or she'll be the only one to survive from her brothers. It's one of those two outcomes is gonna happen in this season, and it's gonna be sad regardless, but.
If I had to make a judgment call then on which one would be more poetic, damn it, it would have to be her dying only for the sake that she has like all the things the Emperor needs to clone. I mean, granted, we already know how the hell Rise of Skywalker goes through, so I'm not really in the mood of having her. Well, they might just use her dead body to just grab as much as they can.
Well, think about it. I mean, it's like, okay, I'm gonna say it like this because it's going back. It's gonna go to what is it? In the Kenobi show, freaking, they had all those Jedi Force users in those chambers. If you remember that, honestly, it's gonna feel something like that in a way. And they were all dead, basically.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? Maybe here's what I predict then, and it might be wrong. I'm hoping it's wrong because, as I told Tristan, I'm getting tired of getting these right. So here's the thing. She dies.
We control the
How
command
sad.
post.
How tragic.
Hostile
Of course.
reinforcements are dropping.
But
Lost the
that
command
means
post.
that they have to now go and grab Jedis, hunt them down even more, so they can get their M count. Because Palpatine does not care about the Jedi. They're already done. What's the point of going after? That's why I never went after Yoda, because as much as he's the biggest threat, what is he gonna do, realistically?
You don't stand a chance
Well, that's
against
actually
the power
funny
of
that
the
that
Force.
happened.
Although I'm leaving, the Force will be with you. Always.
Okay.
No, the thing is, that's the Jedi Council's done. Palpatine does not care for them. I mean, they could be a nuisance, and if they obviously start challenging them, then yeah, he's gonna probably do something about it. But for the most part, he's mostly focused on wanting to build his empire. If, let's say, the key thing for his cloning stuff is gone, like complete, then yeah, you're gonna need Jedi for the M counts, and just start grabbing a bunch of M counts.
Well, then here's the thing, though, because remember, because we gotta know where this, because of course, I think it's basically, this is mainly based on where this timeline is at right now. That's another thing we gotta know, because I think it's based upon that, on the timeline, where the season is light on. Because again, I'll go on with the theory. If this is at the time where this is probably the starting of Rogue One, then yeah, this is by then where there's still a few Jedi's honestly still out and about. So
How many years was it the beginning of Rogue One?
the way I feel like it can go for that if Omega is. Again, jeez, I don't want because it just really reflects on the timeline on where this goes by. I just feel like that's why. Because yeah, if Omega dies and then, like you said, the Emperor's gonna have to find more Jedi, and there's almost still a few left. And this is probably it's gonna be pretty early. It's not too early to the original trilogy, or was it? Or maybe even Andor at most. I don't know. I just think.
Always.
Or at most, maybe after. No, not after. It's gotta be. Oh, it could be. See, this is where it gets all fun here now.
We know Andor and Bad Batch are more or less similar, I guess, in terms of the timeline. It's
They
kind
really
of
are though. They really are though, because at the ending of Andor is when the start of the Death Star was being made. That's why we know that. So I feel like maybe it's after Andor season. This is where season. Maybe after, or maybe somewhere in the middle where Cassian was still in the prison. That's when season 3 of Bad Batch happens. We don't know, of course. I mean, of course we don't, but it's just fun getting the pieces together. Is what I'm saying here. Like, and it goes on to making those theories. So I feel like this season happens before Andor, and then as the Death Star is being built and all that. No, I said before. I'm sorry. I meant after. I think after. And I stand my ground on that.
okay.
Just because I think as when Rogue One gets out of the way, and it goes on to the original trilogy. Well, no. Okay, I mean, of course, we don't want to think about the Han Solo movie. Of
Han
course.
Solo movie is still canon. It's not terrible like most people think.
Yeah, it's there really, regardless, though. Oh wait, no.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Aside from all
now I
this
have to remember
thinking,
that.
because we're just distracted with
I'm
thinking
thinking.
stuff.
I'm theorizing. I'm theorizing here.
I'll let her cook on her own time. Anyway.
No, no. That will be a bigger discussion on probably on another episode, because that's gonna be a big banger.
We'll find out when the next episode comes in, and it's just insanity. But here's the thing that I want to mainly point out. First of all, as I was saying on who's gonna die and all that, I think it'd be poetic, as I said, if Omega dies. It feels like her death would inspire, like, rebellion, the rebel cells.
Oh, you have to say it like that, but you're not wrong though.
Because the thing about Omega is that she's special in such a unique way for a clone. Now, her cloning thing, we do not know her origin. Could it be that she's part of Jango Fett? Maybe. More likely. But what I believe with wholeheartedly is that she is for sure someone who might actually be the catalyst for a lot of the rebel cells to happen. Now, do I think any big names will come up? Maybe. If Ahsoka gets involved, then we know for sure Omega's down. For the one case that they need something to inspire them. Think Star Wars The Force Unleashed. How did the rebellion happen? If the rebellion's gonna happen, because right now every system is just doing their own thing. You need something to attract it. So what best to have other than the one person who did everything for her brothers and managed to get others to join the cause? Maybe the Bad Batch could be fighting for something else. They've always had the thing of, what am I gonna do now? There is no war. But the thing is, there is still a fight to happen. Freedom. Exactly. Evil won. And even they are aware of it. And it's just, it is not in their nature to follow the war path like Echo. But it'd be something if they eventually choose to join the path to try to fight. And leave it ambiguous whether they survived it or not. The only way you could do it is if they are somehow in Alderaan when that thing got blown up. I mean, that'd be very a sober ending, because I mean.
No. Okay, no, I can't do that. Sorry, I'm up thinking like, man, you got me thinking like that. I was like, man, that makes it sound like something's gonna happen on Pabu, and it's not gonna be a very happy.
What if Pabu is a different planet then?
I don't think it is. I really don't think it is.
Okay.
It's on a planet that we know of. I don't know why it is, but it is. It's just an island. That's all it is, though.
Yeah, we're going to mega theory into it, but
I remember I saw it too. God dang, that's been a while since I remember seeing it too.
What?
What was it on? It was a theory that Pabu was on. Which planet was it again? I can't. Well, it wasn't.
Anyway, while she thinks on that, let's move on to a different thing. Because
God dang it. God, it's bothering me because, like, I remember, like, I was so into it when I saw it, and I'm like, gosh, darn it up. Someone's like, oh, they bring it up, and that's fine for me, honestly.
I want to bring up something else. I want to bring up something else entirely. Then, let's go over a few things. We need a few key things that need to be finished. This is the last season, the last of the Clone Wars stuff. Because let's be real, the animation will forever be missed. So, what are some big plot points that need to be covered? Well, how the hell is Asajj Ventress back? They need to cover. Damn it! I forgot Yoda can't hop into this crap. All right. Anyway. We need Asajj Ventress' stuff. How is she even back? Is it dark magic? Is it even her? We need answers. And we need an end to her story completely. That was actually something I had mentioned before. Asajj Ventress is a creation of Dave Filoni. Well, she's been created in the 2D version. But Dave Filoni made her into quite the interesting character. That isn't just the villain for the sake of being villain. No, she had layers to it. You just had to eventually peel them out. What makes it interesting is how is she gonna tie? How are we gonna tie up her loose end?
Tired. Rest I must.
That is going to be very interesting to see, though, from her. I don't know, honestly. She's just really a special character. Like, we don't, like you said, like, of course, we all know that she just iconically died, and so for her to come back, it's just one of those. Maybe she might. I mean, somehow something's gonna happen. I feel like it's gonna have to be doing something with Hunter and Wrecker again. I feel like they're gonna have a meetup again, or not again. Sorry, not again.
Look, she better not die in the same episode she came back in. I would be more livid if that happened, because that is such disrespect.
I do feel like she is gonna die again.
If she doesn't, then I would be interested to see an Asajj Ventress show.
That wouldn't be too bad, though, honestly.
That'd be bounty hunter stuff, which what should have been Boba Fett, but we won't go into that discussion. We'll go into more. What can the Bad Batch do with Echo? Echo's story needs to end. Rex's needs to show how he end up, well, with Gregor and Wolf, which...
Oh, Wolf! That's another biggest thing. How are those two gonna come to get Wolf? That is my one theory. That's my one worry, because I feel like he still has his inhibitor chip still on him. So they have to do so. I feel like they have to do something in order for him to get. They have to do something for him to get it out, and it's not gonna be an easy outcome.
Here's the thing.
That's what I'm worried about.
Wolf, the thing with Wolf is that we do not know how he only backstabbed Kanan and the crew because he distrusted the Jedi after what happened with Order 66. Something must happen where his inhibitor chip probably didn't activate, but because whoever he was under sensed all the pain and didn't trust them, that's how he ended up being attacked by the Jedi. So it's an inverse kind of thing.
Again, or maybe he could be the one. Asajj could be the one. Again, which that would be very interesting to see in an animation movie. Again, the reason why he has that scar is because of Asajj. I cannot say her name like you can say some of her names. That's the point. Besides the point. He had that scar. He got that scar from her in a comic. That is the reason. That is the sole reason why he has that scar. And that is why I say those two. That is why it's iconic to see those two being in a show together. Then again, we do need an explanation on how Wolf is going to be with Rex and Gregor.
So, we need an ending to them. We need an ending to Cody. There's no way they just brought Cody for one episode.
We have no idea about Cody! We have no idea about Cody. All we know is that he went AWOL, according to Rambo. Which, that is such a fat lie. And again, at the time, I thought he was probably just on. I thought they just executed him, honestly, like that. And I was like, that is such a dumb way to go off. And I'm like, no, there's gotta be something, something to go on with him before he has to go. I feel like he's gonna go down, sadly, but he can't just be cut off like that. I thought that was so dumb. He needs to come back one more time before he does get executed or killed off. Because technically, technically he was supposed to be in the Kenobi show. It was set for that, but then unfortunately that didn't go by. So that's sad to say.
Well, we know he regrets Order 66. So it shows that he cared for Kenobi as like an ally, and was probably so dumbfounded by his actions that he doesn't even know how to explain them.
Mainly, it was also on Crosshair. Mainly because seeing how to take such actions was starting to get on even after Order 66. So it was very heavy on Cody indeed.
That's one more plotline that needs to be tucked away. But the last one has to be Omega. What was her purpose then? Like, why was she created? I know Boba Fett was created because Jango Fett wanted a surrogate son, in a sense. That was the whole purpose of Boba Fett. It was because Jango Fett wanted a clone to basically be his son. And not to have the gene that makes them age fast. So that was Boba Fett's creation, but what was Omega's reason for creation? We do not know that. We do not know.
We don't know that. I hate that I still want to know about the badge more, because I know we're beyond that, honestly, at this point. But like, again, I guess because it still throws me off to like from season 1 when she said that the badge were basically like the first creations. And then, of course, they were defective as well after. And again, it hurts to say that that she doesn't mention 99, because I feel like that wasn't even a moment then either. So like, I hate that I still want to develop more of the badge than I do of Omega, but like at the same time, I do want to know what is Omega's purpose too at the same time, because we really don't have any reasoning as to what her purpose really is.
Her purpose is shrouded in mystery, which is a pretty interesting thing. But yeah,
it is. But like, we're not getting any answers out of it probably until this season, and it's heartbreaking to see. It's heartbreaking to say.
I think if it wasn't for the fact of Lucas, let's blame Kathleen Kennedy for this, because honestly, how do you fuck up a division like that when they made such amazing talent? So, we'll just say this. If it wasn't for the fact that the Bad Batch was going to end this season, let's say they had one more, Season 4. This season would have probably been a heavy Omega-focused season. My reasoning why is you have someone who claims she's a clone of her, or they're related. Why else not explore Omega in full? While the Bad Batch are trying to find where is she. Which I can guarantee you, if that was the case, Tech would have survived and we would have seen his story. But because that wasn't the case, unfortunately, Tech might be fully dead. Now, if Tech is alive, then we need a flashback to show us how he survived. How he got captured, because there's no way he would have been captured that easily.
I hate that you're not wrong, because I want that as a hollow message. Like there's probably a puck somewhere in the Marauder that has that message, and if that's the case, I want it to be that. That would be amazing to see, honestly. But if they don't do that, I'm gonna cry, honestly. I've always gone for that though the most, if we don't at least see him, or if he has like one final message and it's like like a notebook message or something like that. It's gonna be sad to see though. I just really need to at least do that.
Yeah. Oh, I was also mentioning this a little earlier to Will. I think Crosshair is just a new attack.
Oh, don't say it like that, because then we all know what's gonna happen there. Apparently.
Look, if I just mean in his mannerisms with Omega. I mean,
okay, like he keeps it more angrier than
exactly. He's just a way more hard ass about things. Let's be real. Anything that Tech had taught Omega, Crosshair would have probably. Yeah, Crosshair, if he was to teach Omega, would have been a lot more harsher.
I'm kidding, honestly.
But
considering that she knows enough already, then that doesn't make Tech have to teach her too much. Then I feel like it will be okay. but still.
I don't know. There's a lot that the Bad Batch has potential with this last
it's gonna
season.
it's gonna be like a roommate kind of like relationship at the start. It's gonna be like this roommate kind of relationship at the start. Like they're not gonna get along. I mean, I can't say they won't get along. They're trying to get along with each other, but one doesn't seem to fit, or one just isn't having it. So it's gonna take a while for them to start working or just being a company with each other. That's what it's gonna feel like. I think so.
Well,
That's gonna be.
I don't know. I feel like the way this season is going to go is it can't rush. It better not just show cameos for the sake of it.
Okay, considering the fact that we're gonna see Cad Bane again and Fennec Shan again.
It's probably going to be the same thing. They're going to be fighting for the prize.
I mean, that's gonna be interesting. I mean, I can't say it will be interesting, but like, my thing is that since we know that both of these characters were first hired by Nalase.
We've lost the command post.
No, actually, wait.
No, one was hired by Nalase.
One was hired. Fennec Shan was hired by Nalase. That's right.
We've captured a
And
command
Cad Bane
post.
just came into the picture. Well, you know what? No. Well, yes, actually, he did came into the picture. 'Cause there was no explanation as to how he was, as to who assigned him. That was the thing. That's the thing that you know that bothers me now. And
What? Do you think the Empire hired Cad Bane?
Because if Phoenix, if Nalase's bounty hunter wasn't able to capture Omega during season 1, then someone else had to find out about it, and then they had to be the ones to send someone higher than apparently Fennec. So.
I mean, Cad Bane has always been a mix of a hire, because I mean, he's been hired by many people.
You know what's funny? I thought at the time it was the Prime Minister that assigned what is it? Cad Bane? Because what is it? Because at that time it was when Nalase didn't want to take Omega back. Didn't want Omega to be brought back, and that was when the Prime Minister said no, she has to come back. At the time, so I think it was actually. Now I'm thinking about it.
Nah, you'd have to go back and relook just to clarify, because that just seems very off-putting.
Well, because again, Nalase didn't want to bring Omega back, and the Prime Minister only wanted Omega back just so he didn't have her come back on him either.
Well, it was more to help with the cloning stuff.
That too, but still.
Get back to the action, trooper.
I mean, because that's what I'm just realizing now, so.
Are you lost?
And
Get back to the battle.
considering that, what is it?
Victory is within our
I
grasp.
don't know. Now I'm thinking like, I wonder if Hella's gonna be the one to be asking for either one of them.
Nah, probably Cad Bane. If
I feel like he would ask for it.
that's where I believe Asajj Ventress gets involved. Because, I mean, if they don't have Fennec to help, I mean, Cad Bane is pretty tough, but, I mean, he's already beaten Hunter before. I'd be pretty happy if Hunter kicked his ass.
Oh, like a rematch. I would love to see that again, honestly. Like, that was such a, like, a shot that was like, I did not think Hunter was gonna survive that at all. I literally thought and then, yes, Cad Bane was the one, but it was like, I did not think Hunter was gonna make it, like, out alive. I just thought it was gonna be over, like, wait a minute, no, it can't end like this, but, like, yeah, Cad Bane was a fair shot. That was just a fair fight.
I don't know if fair fight is the word. It's just, it was a fight
not fair
that...
fight. I'm sorry. I think it was pretty blatant that Cad Bane was gonna win. Sorry, that's what I wanted to say. Cause I don't know. I can't think of another outlaw that could make a shot like that. You tell me.
Yeah. I'll have to
Think
agree.
about it. I just feel. I mean, besides Crosshair, oh my god, no, Crosshair can't do that because he's not. He's not like a handgun type of person. He's a sniper kind of gun. Because that's when Crosshair will win Cad Bane over, I think.
Yeah, if it's sniping, but I mean, all right. I guess there's something that I almost forgot that you should have brought up. Crosshair shaking.
That's gonna be really fun because he's losing his skill in a way, which that's I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see him develop back, honestly, because again during the escape, his hand like when they were doing Plan 72, his aim was off when he took the shot, and he realized that after he looked at his hand, knowing that he failed at shooting at one of the troopers. So that's gonna be interesting to see him developing his aiming skills back. It's gonna be hard for him indeed.
I mean, he screamed while he was beating up the 2 stormtroopers, so pent-up aggression is definitely there.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Every time I just see, I've seen that screenshot of him just braided, and I can't get over on that screen. It was pure for him, but at the same time, it was so hilarious. It was just not like of him, but like he really did need to let that out.
Yeah, after all the crap he went through.
Yeah, he really does deserve to let that out.
Like, don't get me wrong. He still kind of deserved a little suffering because of all the things he's done. But, I mean, I feel like he's learned his lesson by this point.
Yeah, I think so too, honestly. And with Omega being with him, I feel like it'll slowly get there, it'll slowly progress for him, but it's gonna take time for sure. Hopefully we don't have a lot of that, episodes of that, but we'll get there.
You know, it's funny. We only saw the Wookiee Jedi Padawan.
Gungi!
We only saw him. We never saw anyone else.
Yes, I know, and it bothers me so much. What? What?
We never saw any of the other Jedi students.
No, that's what makes me sad. And like, I thought we were gonna see at least someone else come back or that was in, but no. I feel like they're all dead.
Unfortunately, that is the. Well, to be fair, that is supposed to be the tragedy of Order 66. Though in the trailer we saw Kanan though. Like the trailer for season 3. So I'm kind of curious how he's gonna come back into the play.
Okay, now I gotta look that up again. I don't believe that now. Now that you said that, considering that I've been watching trailers now, wait a minute. I don't believe that. I have to look that. Great. Now that has to be a mission. But...
No, I'm being serious. He did appear.
Why did you say that? Great. It made me think of like season 1, like when we saw him, like Kanan, like as a Jedi with Balaba. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, wait a minute, not like this recent one, are we?
No. Imagine if a kid I don't remember how it came in. His love interest in Rebels. I forgot her name. Hella. Or I think that's it. I don't know. Hera. There we go. I missed by one stupid letter. Hera.
I can't believe that. I'm sorry. I have to stop this here. I can't believe that I'm saying everything and you're just like, oh yeah, her. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just because I wasn't much of a Rebels fan until you watched Rebels.
I didn't make you. You went with it.
I went with it in the end, but then I know characters' names and all that, and then it's just like, and he's just like, what name is that again? I'm like, you're the one that watched it first, and technically since I watched it.
Look, Clone Wars is way more dig into my mind than Rebels.
Don't worry, I'm not a Rebels person either, but still, at least I remember the names of some characters.
Okay. Anywho, What if we see those two meet as kids?
Sorry.
I
had to
would
let that
have.
out.
I'd be pretty interested if that happened, but then again, I do not remember if how they meet. But anything you want to wrap up? Well, we're honestly reaching the very last things of. I'm gonna change it up.
All I can say is that Tech is not dead. He is the secret assassin.
Do you,
That's all I can say.
is that
But-
seriously what you believe?
I seriously believe that so much because it bothers. Okay, I can't say it bothers me, but then it made me realize when we saw him standing there with his arm crossed. The only person I can think of, okay, it shouldn't be that important, honestly, but it just is. Because the only person that I know who crosses their arms like that is freaking Tech. That's the only reason why I know that. And everyone else is certainly that too. So, yes, I still think right now, as of still right now, to this moment, that the new assassin trooper that we are gonna fight, whoever we fight, is Tech. I still think it's Tech. Or, I don't know why. No, I can't think that. Otherwise, I might be thinking he's in the Project Necromancer, which is the last thing he needs to be at. Oh my god.
What if that is the case then?
I will heavily cry, but also be like so. I'd be so scared and I'd be crying, but I would be like so happy at the same time to see him.
I mean, Project
Again,
Necromancer seems a bit like suspicious as a name.
As a name already itself, it's just so purely bad. Like anything could happen, honestly. You know, and then again, at the time when evil tech was just like a thing. I mean, it still is honestly a thing. Honestly, the thought of an imperial tech is just a one shot. Like just for him to be the one with the inhibitor chip instead will just nothing. He will instantly kill, and that's it. with everything he has. It wasn't going to be a show at all. It was just going to be a one-shot episode.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting to think on everyone if they were in Crosshair's shoes. I mean, thing is, they would have died by Crosshair right off the bat. He would have not hesitated to take them out, as he would have seen them as a bigger threat. But no. Overall, I believe this season has like an enormous amount of potential because it is the last chance to wrap up anything related to both Bad Batch and Clone Wars, since this is what they share from the same animation. So as I said, this is your best chance, guys, to not mess it up. Because we can't be left with any more, no more, what was his name? J.J. Abrams' box thing. No, we need to open the box and see what's in it. Give us the answers, because there's no more going back.
Unless they make comics, but until
No, don't give them ideas. Do not give them that idea. That is such a cheap.
They've already made a hyper story of Bad Batch, so at this point,
They can use it as a continuation, but they can't use it as just. No, they can't use it as a way to try to circumvent the endings to add more context. It's like no, end it here. No more. No mas.
No, so we'll have to wait and see.
Bring 'em on.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But overall, if anything, I do want to mention that it was nice seeing Palpatine again. It's been a while since we've seen this old audience. Am I happy to see him in the Clone Wars style? Yup. It is. It's actually pretty fun seeing him in the Clone Wars style.
Lay down your arms or be annihilated.
His guards like in that style is just it's so scary to see them, but like it's so renderedly beautiful to see them in the Clone Wars. I think so.
Look, if anything, Rebels having the Clone Wars style makes me think, man, the potential with that. If only. That is.
Yep.
But alrighty, y'all. That will be the end of this stream. I hope y'all like it, and hopefully we'll get to see what shenanigans they throw for the Bad Batch tomorrow, because genuinely speaking, I do not know. I am tempted to watch the trailer, but I think, let's just see what surprises awaits.
This is gonna be so fun tomorrow, yay.
Hey, look, if anything, it's gonna be fun. You know what? What would be the... I'm just gonna add this as a final note. Imagine if Maul made some random ass appearance.
Not. Can you stop, please? Can you not? I don't need that to happen.
Oh, hey, a Pike appeared, so you know what? Maul could be out for revenge for his Pike guy getting sent to basically that's fate worse than death.
That is a lasting, indeed.
That's just a theory, a Star Wars theory.